Hi, I'm Alex with Spyker Spreaders. Today we're looking at the P70 commercial drop spreader, the different plates we use, some of the features, and other frequently asked questions. The Spyker dial works to adjust the variable bottom by changing the stop. It's a hard stop, as you can see here. Basically, with this is closed, and you turn it and it goes open. The further over this can go, the more open it can be. So when you change it to the lowest position, it can't really move. And the more you move it, the more you rotate it, the further open it can go. Until you can go all the way full open. How far open you would want would depend on the materials. Some materials, like fertilizers, which can burn the yard, you want to be very precise, and usually those might be a smaller opening. When you're overseeding, you might want to get as much seed as possible out there, depending on your needs and what seed. So you might have it further and further opening. Also, the size of the granular materials can affect this. Some materials are very fine and will pour out of the small openings pretty easily. Some materials are bulky and clunky and need a wider opening just to even start pouring out of. The Spyker dial on this functions the same as what you see on other spreaders, but this stop works in the horizontal axis, where on a lot of our other spreaders, our broadcast spreaders, the stop is actually coming in and out. But it's the same idea, same thought process, just different axis. So you can loosen this to make it spin easier, but then once you know what setting you want it on, you can tighten it up so that it doesn't accidentally rotate. It's just a little hand wing nut, but now that I fully tighten it, it's very difficult to turn, and you're not going to accidentally rotate it while turning the unit on and off. So if you're spreading very fine or powdery materials such as lime, you'll want a lower setting, but then your opening is very small when you actually open it. You can barely even see it. Precision feeding will help you prevent wasted materials and also prevent over fertilizing and burning your yard, killing grass. To get your calibration right, you'll want to spread the right pound per square foot, according to what the material says should be spread. And how we do that is you pour a certain amount, a known weight in here. You mark off a certain area of your yard that you know the square footage of, maybe 100 square feet or 1,000 square feet, whatever you want to do. And you set it to, we have some numbers in the manual, that's a good starting place. You set to that, you spread for that 1,000 square feet that we set at, but depending on your walking speed and the material, the humidity in the air, the wind, that can really affect it. So we can't give you an exact number based off your material. We give you a good starting place. So using the Spyker manual and estimating my walking speed, I set the dial to 59 based off what the manual said. And then what you do is you put a known weight in here, you spread it over 1,000 square feet section of your yard, and then you weigh what's left. And then I drop, if there's 45 pounds left, you drop 5 pounds per 1,000 square feet. Now we're going to go weigh to see how much we have left. Hopefully we have 5 pounds. And then you spread X pounds over Y square feet. So it's kind of a guess and check, which I know is not great, but that's the only way to do it. So we ended up with 4 pounds instead of 5 pounds, which means we actually went about a pound over. So what we now need to do is just turn the Spyker dial down a little bit so we spread less. We were at 59. So since we're a little bit over, I'm going to turn it down to about 55. About 5 pounds per 1,000 square feet. So this spreader has a partition in the center, so you can actually spread something at the full length, or you could just fill up one side and just spread 18 inches. Each agitator is driven independently by the wheels. You know, the wheel on its side. So even when you're turning, they're still spinning. It's got an all metal hopper. We have, you know, a nice little handle on here for easy lifting, or loading it up onto your truck or vehicle of choice. Fully pneumatic wheels. So for the variable gate, this handle rotates to open and close. And if I had it further open, you'd be able to see. So if I go full open right, then I can rotate this handle down, and that opens and closes the gate. This handle is for the spread plate. And when you're using the variable plate, what you could do is lower this down, and then as you're operating this will not only push down the grass, but help slide the seed directly into the lawn so you're not bouncing off the path. And then you can lift it up to get it out of the way. When you're using the fixed rate, this will actually act as your on-off mechanism for the fixed rate.